Good morning, and I'm back at Hesleden Dene today. This morning there's water in the gorge. There's a waterfall there where I was stood last time. Just as well I wasn't planning on walking the gorge, however it doesn't forbade well. So today might end up being a failure because I've got to cross the stream, and if there's water in the gorge it might mean that the stream might be a bit too high to cross. We'll find out when I get there. So I'm back at Hesleden Castle. I'm leaving Hesleden Dene now and I'm heading in that direction. I've been told that I can find a hairy man's hole in the woods at Hesleden Dene, and that's where I'm going. Although I might end up having to strip a layer because it's quite hot. This is the old railway line I followed last time I was here, but we're going this direction via Hesleden Dene. Across the way there, it's more or less where Hesleden Colliery used to be. It closed in the 19th century due to flooding. I'm not sure what they're doing there now. They're doing something. Okay, so coming into Hesleden Dene now, this is where the adventure begins. This is where I start looking for a hairy man's hole. But there's shooting going on in the Dene, so that might be problematic. But we'll find out. So I either cross this bridge and then try and get back across the stream, or I can try and keep to the other side as best as I can through the rough dilemmas. Okay, I'm going to cross the stream here because it looks quite shallow, and then I'm going to head up around that way. Aha, this looks as though it could be a hairy man's hole. Yep, this is the one. Because you've got the natural arch there, which is actually quite rare inland, and that there must be the hairy man's hole. What did you think I was talking about? Okay, that was easier than expected to find. Very slippy getting up here. Wow, there's a deer over there. Let's see. Can you see it? They believe it's called the hairy man's hole because a Jesuit priest used to hide out here. Now you can almost say a kind of altar there. You can just imagine being a cross or a statuette of the Virgin Mary there. Bed. That looks as though it's carved as well. Perhaps put a candle or something in there. Very cool. But what's even more cool is the natural arch. As I said, they're quite rare inland. You get them quite often by the sea, but very rare to see them inland. It's not very easy getting up here. It's a very narrow ledge and it's very, very slippy. Difficult to get a good camera angle here, but there's the natural arch. That's super cool. Someone's had a fire there, though. That's not so cool. So I can't step back any because it's sheer drop to the bottom. As I said, it's very, very slippy, and this rock's very crumbly. That was the goal of today, the hairy man's hole. However, there should be another cave a bit further downstream called Dorcas Cave. That should be a little bit more deep, so we'll have a look for that one next. So there's a little bit of a cave inside the arch. That's always had a fire there. It might actually be easier to get back down that side. It's quite steep. Someone's put holes in order to get in and out. We'll head further downstream and look for the other cave, Dorcas Cave. I was expecting Dorcas Cave to be a bit further downstream. I wonder if this is it. Certainly deeper. It's crawling though. Sweet. It's double layered. Yep, this is Dorcas Cave. Thought it was a bit further away. Oh, I'm going to get up to the eyes going into there. Wow. Not sure what that's called. I think blue calcite. I'll put the proper name for it. This is the end of the road for me. I'm not going to get down either side of these. I'm going to be up to the eyes in this, like the things we do for YouTube. So, this is Dorcas Cave, next to the Hairy Man's Hole. So there's the way out there. I'll show you what it's like in the dark. There's the dark. Definitely need a torch. A good one. Right, let's get back out. So as expected, I'm up to the eyes in magnesium limestone dust. It's a bit like walking through a chalk factory. So that's the main two caves I came for. Now there should be one more cave further down the Dene, so let's go look for that one. Okay, this isn't the cave I was looking for. The one I'm looking for was much further downstream, but still pretty impressive. I think it's just a big overhang actually, as opposed to a cave. Yeah, it was a huge overhang. Still very good. To be honest, I have no idea where the path is. There's supposed to be a path going through the Dene, and I'm completely lost on where the path is. I mean, I'm not lost, I know how to get out, but there's shooting going on really close, so that's a bit worrying. There's some more huge fracturing in the limestone cliffs there. Big crack going down there. That's all going to come away eventually, or slide down. Near the shots. This is supposed to be a nature reserve, so probably poachers. You got huge magnesium limestone cliffs. This gorge is just as impressive as the Hesleden Dene. But there's less of a path. I'm having to crisscross the stream. There's no bridges or anything, so I'll keep looking for shallows. There's another shallow cave. I don't think it's the one I'm looking for though. Maybe. No, this is just a very shallow cave. It's not the one I'm looking for. The one I'm looking for is called Temps Hole, and it's a lot further downstream. That's this one. This one seems to be void of human contact. Okay, Temps Hole should be in this vicinity somewhere, but it's very rough going getting here. Like, I've come up high because I expected it to be quite high, but I've got a feeling it's below me somewhere. I'm on top of these cliffs, so I need to try and figure a way of getting down to the stream again. Okay, I wonder if that's Temps Hole, all blocked off. There's something living in there. Did they move? Let's continue along a little bit more. It's not easy getting to here, like, not easy at all. Lovely rock formations on the other side. It's going to be difficult continuing along there without any idea if the cave's there or not. See if I can get down to the bottom and cross the stream. Okay, I'm at the bottom of a steep-sided gorge and I can't see any sign of a cave. This water is a bit deep now, so it's a bit difficult to get across to go any further up, but I looked up there and it's just like muddy slopes. This is only a bit of magnesium limestone. So Temps Hole was supposed to be here, but I can't find it. But 2 out of 3, that's not too bad. So we've done Hairy Man's Hole and Dorcas. And I think we'll just have to give Temps Hole a miss, which is a bit sad. Never mind. Pretty cool overhangs. Again, eventually that's just going to collapse into the stream. It's a very impressive place. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to get out though. Okay, I came to check out this overhang. I don't think you can really call that a cave. Of course it might have collapsed by now. The map, which has it marked, is about 100 years, more than 100 years old, because on the modern OS map none of these caves are marked. Again, too shallow to be a cave. Besides, it's on the wrong side of the stream. Temps Hole is supposed to be on that side of the stream. See if I can find a way out. I thought I could maybe get up here, but it's too slippy. Oh, that was hard going. I used these trees to get back out. Not easy. There's a sign back there saying keep out. Says private, keep out. There's a private road sign on that one. The bridge is over there which says private, keep off. There's another sign that way saying private, keep out. And yet, this one here says public footpath. So basically you can go on this path down to here and then you can't go anywhere else. You just gotta go back the way you came. Supposedly. Of course, I just walked down the Dean, so I just came along that way. I didn't see any signs, did you? I'm back at Hesleden Castle, and that was Hesleden Dene, my little mini adventure. Unfortunately, I couldn't find Temps Hole anywhere. However, I achieved my goal, which was to penetrate a hairy man's hole. And after withdrawing from a hairy man's hole, I found Dorcas Cave and explored another dark hole. So if you liked my adventure, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below. Hit the subscribe button for the next adventure. Share with your friends on social media. And catch you on the next one.